I'd like to do is read from a letter that I wrote my son back in February. Dear Tobin, I am wearing your grandmother's Afghan that I made for her in 1984 when I was carrying you. It's over my shoulder and still it brings little warmth. At least half of the time I'm all right. But there are still so many times I'm filled with emptiness and aching and nothing will ever fill it.
Casey said, "Where's Granddaddy?" And this really surprised me because Casey had known my father very briefly and fugitively, and at the time she met him, he was full of tubes and lying in a hospital bed and was a rather alarming person for a kid Casey's age to meet.
Remembering when I was little, she'd come home late from parties and the scent of her perfume mingled with smoke. She'd draw my name in the dark with the trailing ash of her cigarette, and she'd rub my back or play with my hair and talk about nothing in particular.
I explained to her that he had died. She had known that before. And she said, "Why?" I started to explain why, and I realized that I didn't understand why either.
This is hard for me to write, but you have and will have no conscious memory, only what I can give you on paper.
There is no moral, was the way he concluded the piece. And I think that that's one of the things that I have learned from my father that I value most, is that there is no moral, and yet that is no reason not to struggle, as he did and as we do after him.
She said, love whenever you can, and don't ever be afraid to say I love you. She said, show it in other ways, and then say it again and again and again. I love you, Tobin, and I love you, Mom, always. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.